We have been trying out New World. I honestly only really picked it up because Isaac picked it up because he was trying to find something to play. And I figured, whatever. I'll try it. It's got some good points to it. It's got some jank to it. Unless they do something about the faction system, I personally don't think it's going to do very well over time. But I think it will still have a following no matter what because it is enjoyable enough to play. The gathering element in the game is enjoyable. So this is all iron that I just happened across, and why the hell not? I'm just going to grab iron because, yeah. It's kind of nice that I just press a button and it goes, and at the same time I kind of wish I was doing something a little bit more, but whatever. The game constantly makes me want to play Outward, but then it makes me want Outward to play with this engine.
Your character looks like a mix of a sorcerer and a Quaker Oats man.
I just got this hat and I hate it. I hate this hat.
Honey, I like your oatmeal.
So, hey Pro. You can't have the chat in New World, that's odd. Usually you can at least change the tab. Can you?
It's fine.
I'm not going to worry about it.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Everybody know that people in chat are saying bad words. Fuck
no,
it.
I hide the chat no matter what. Just in case.
Well, not if you go into your menu, you don't.
I'm not going into that menu in general.
Go into the menu again.
No. Hello, Ancient Guardian Regent. I hate you. Oh, shit. Ow!
I know. Honey, why are you fighting that?
I don't know. Because it was here. Stop it.
I really like you. Hi, Wolver. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Pro.
Yeah. Stop it.
I just like gathering in this game. Everything else be damned.
No.
And it has kind of an atelier crafting system. Very light.
All you have to do is just keep dodging. It's all like, you're level 22, that's nice. Like, combat's enjoyable, and at the same time I feel like, unless I have a bunch of enemies around me... See, Isaac is still distracted by... He's always distracted by gathering and crafting and stuff. I just want this, and I don't want to aggro any of those. Oh boy! An ancient sarcophagus, and I found bullets. Let me drop these. Fucking hell. Also, so there's a thing with the ice gloves. I don't know if it's just me or whatever, or if anyone else has seen it before, but this ice gauntlet that I have, occasionally, my chest piece, which is the entire coat, just gets fucked on its texture, and sometimes it becomes the entire ice gauntlet, and sometimes it becomes all my gloves, and so, like these red and white glove things. Sometimes it just becomes those. More iron. Kind of reminds you of Fable 3. I haven't played Fable 3 enough. Is Fable 3 like this? I have Fable 3. I've been wanting to actually play it. Fable 3 is like this. So, the faction system, as far as our particular server goes,
Fable
is...
3 the one that we got? We were trying to do it for EVP, or, co-op?
Yes. You can't do co-op, but you can still play it. So, here's my overall overlying problem with regards to New World, is no matter what they did with the game, it's still very PvP-centric, no matter what they've said. Okay? It's kind of reliant on it. Any area that is controlled... There's 3 different factions. You have yellow, you have green, you have purple. I think most people know this by now. Whichever faction you pick, in it teleporting to an area that your faction controls or dealing with stuff in there, you tend to get discounts. If you pick the yellow faction, which a bunch of people seem to do every now and then, from some weird reason, you're going to be in the minority, and across almost every server I've heard that the yellows own 1, if not 2, locations. Purple is dominant. If you want a good time and you don't want to deal with anything, you just pick the syndicates, or the purple group. Because the purple group just ends up controlling everything everywhere. And green is the second most powerful, but never as powerful as purple. I'm not entirely certain why. Oh yeah, storage transfers are also dependent. Yeah, if your group owns, if your faction owns more than one location, you can transfer stuff between your storages, because your storages are independent depending on the city that you're in. I will say that overall, the gameplay, as far as the whole, you've got to learn, like, up your crafting, is kind of cool. The combat system is decent, if a little bit thin in some areas, but good in others. Why? Why? Honey, that is an exercise in handing Twitch money.
No, honey, somebody resubbed me.
Oh. I thought you were subbing yourself.
No, I got a gifted sub. I had a gifted sub, and it said, share that you've been around for 3 months.
Anyways.
And I said, okay, thanks, fam.
It looks like a more variable version of Fable 3, but Magic Combat at Fable 3 was, you have Magic Gauntlets is all about dodge and spell, guns were tap Y and melee was tap X. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I've heard that the best Fable is Fable 2. Fable 1 I've also wanted to do. And have, but sort of, not much. But anyways, combat system, honestly, the stats are kind of, yeah, for the most part. I feel like I should put a little bit more into focus, but it doesn't seem to matter. The combat system itself has different tree branches, and you just sort of pick your skills as you want. I don't know how most people have been doing it. I've kind of been going across the board and splitting between them and playing with whatever I seem to enjoy. So rather than just picking Pyromancer or Fire Mage, I'm splitting between them. But yeah. Magic is okay. It is not as fantastical as I prefer to have in my fantasy systems. But it's okay for what it is. It's serviceable, and I'm enjoying it for the most part. I wish it was a little bit more magical. Because I have, for instance, I have this one, so blasting basic fire is just this. It's very, very simple. I'm fine with that. I have this spell, I don't remember what it's called, Fire Step or something like that. It's Burnout, where you basically rush forward and you burn anything in your path. It doesn't really look like I'm using fire when it's just that. It looks like a really weird, I'm gonna move really fast like the Flash. I kind of wish there was a little bit more fire involved with it. Yeah, you could call it flame charge if you want. It just doesn't look cool. And I think that's one of my problems. So there's another spell that I got rid of a while ago for fire, which is Incinerate. It puts a giant circle around you that does damage to everything that's standing near you. I got rid of it because every time I used it, things were always smacking me faster than I could pull off the spell, because there's this whole animation of holding your staff up. And while I was just about to hold the staff at its peak and let off the spell, I'd always get smacked by the enemy. Then I could use it. And I got tired of always being smacked. So I got rid of it. You can respec in this, by the way. You can go in, and until level 20, it's free. But, I mean, I'm level 20, and it still says it's free. Repair what? Repair what? My staff?
Yeah.
It's not flashing.
Reparo.
I'm not wasting my repairs. What is this? Heavy legwear. I don't want it salvaged.
Reparo.
It looks a little flamier from an outside. It doesn't really.
It does.
Flamier?
Yeah.
I've zoomed out and I haven't seen it.
Really? I've seen it.
I mean, it just looks like a bunch of red sparks going around you. So, like, personally, like, visually wise, the magic leaves a little to be desired as far as I've seen visually. It's not horrible. It's not my favorite system. Considering how the game plays, it's serviceable and it's fine, and it offers enough. I kind of wish there was a little bit more variation in your builds. There seems to be a lot more of the meta that people have of what's ideal to play. I'm a little sad that the only real magic that's offered if you want to play a full spellcaster is Fire Staff and Ice Gauntlet. And I swear to God, almost everyone I run into is using Fire Staff and Ice Gauntlet, so I don't feel unique at all. I mean, as another player looking at you do it from the outside, I haven't seen anyone else use it, so I haven't been able to. I couldn't even see it. I don't even want to respec just to see it, but I found a hot fishing spot.
You're hot.
Look at that.
Whoa. What's that?
Equip bait, salt water.
If you guys are wondering where I am, I had to recreate my character because the character that I made ended up joining yellow, and the people that I joined the guild in were kind of
yeah.
assholes.
We originally joined with the yellow group because Isaac wanted to be with the not try hard people,
and they ended up being the most try hard people.
They raised taxes to the extreme. I put the whole story in Discord, but basically, a short story is they raised all the taxes in the only town and area we controlled to 3 times the amount to be able to do anything in the town. That includes your own crafting and everything else. When mentioning that seemed a little extreme and why were they doing that, they said they needed funds to fund the war effort. They said it's only going to last until the war is over. To which I countered and said, but the war is never over in this game. And they said, it'll be over in 2 to 3 days. I said, no, it won't. And, yeah, they basically told us off. They said that the leadership groups will delegate and talk amongst themselves to determine the best course of action. Anyways, we were just 2 out of many people that decided to leave the guild, and basically, I had to recreate my character from scratch in order to join
Same.
a different group.
But it was worth it, because now I'm not in their guild anymore.
Yeah, now we're not in their guild, and we've noticed that being with the purple group, which is the most over-the-top, most controlled, like the most dominant faction across all the servers, because there's so many people in there, they're a lot more relaxed. Because whenever we logged in under yellow, it was constantly, if you're not doing anything, get to the fort. We need people defending. What are you doing? Why aren't you in PvP? You need to be defending.
Yeah, like, they were getting on me for gathering and doing my quests rather than PvP, and I'm like, I don't want to do PvP.
Yeah, they were a little controlling. So, they're not doing very good. And occasionally we've been noticing people talking, like, some bad shit about them. To the point where apparently the purple group now just wants to wage war on them because they're assholes. Because initially, when they started, the purple group was trying to help them because they felt bad for them not having many members, and they figured they might as well help them keep their area, get their foot off the ground, that kind of thing. And then apparently they broke that alliance. The purples broke that alliance because, according to what we heard, the yellows said, you're going to help us defend? That's great, thanks. And then they never went to defend the fort. They just let the purples do all the work. To where the purples were all like, why are we doing all the work for you? We're just supposed to be helping you. You need to come over here. And they decided to break the alliance because they didn't want to deal with that. And now the purples are talking about waging war on them.
Yeah, and
because
when we were
they just
on
think they're a
that
bunch of
side,
assholes.
all they told us was, oh, they just broke it.
Yeah, they said that they attacked us and broke it on their own.
There's always a fucking reason.
Another corruption invasion. So no one's dealing with the corruptions on the server, by the way.
That'll get fixed once more people deal with it. Or
Yeah.
get higher levels.
So there are these little corruption areas with those peeps from Yellow Be Toxic. Yeah, but honestly, I kind of feel like you're gonna find your chances of not finding toxicity in a game that, no matter what it says, is predominantly PvP focused is very high. And I feel like your chances of having less toxicity is better if you're in a group with a lot more people. Okay, so the fish I can keep if I want, or I can salvage. And when you salvage them, it will give me fish fillet edition. There are no NPC vendors in this game, by the way. You basically end up salvaging everything. Malt helmet. Everything's basically player-driven. Medium cod. Small cod. Yeah.
My God.
Whatever. I'm just gonna... Everything in the game is basically player-driven. A turkey! Murdered it. And I don't mind the whole player-driven economy. I'm also a little worried about it sometimes, but we'll see how it goes. Like, it could be totally fine. Things don't sell very well right now because people aren't really buying much. Kind of need to be higher level and be far up in the main story to do the invasions. Yeah, I'm supposed to be forging my Azoth staff. It's telling me that I should be level 23 to do it. I've already gone into the area and I'm okay in the area on my own, but if I have more than like a handful of things going after me, I won't be okay anymore. Because like this is a level 23, I can definitely hold my own against the 23. Hey, there's a chest there. Come here. Stop it. Come here. Stop it. Ow.
My darling.
What? How to get away from enemies in New World. They can't climb. Now, if you do it in the right spot, you can actually keep them from resetting. This is the moment Dilly's not okay. No, I'm fine. What's a turkey doing on the beach? I don't know. I don't know what turkey. So, Dilly, Isaac, would you recommend this game in its current state to someone disappointed with the recent Legends of Arceus news? What? I don't know what you're
What's
talking.
the recent Legends of Arceus news?
What? I don't even know what Legends of Arceus is.
It's that. It's Breath of the Wild Pokemon.
Oh. I mean, I wouldn't call it comparable to Pokemon, but...
It's not Pokemon.
Hope the faction junk didn't set you back to mouth. I see myself picking up this game and playing it every now and then. Not religiously. I'd probably pick Guild Wars 2, me personally, to play more than this. I know Isaac does not feel the same because he doesn't care about Guild Wars 2 as much. I like Guild Wars 2 a lot more. Actually, not even a little bit more, quite a bit more. There's lots of aspects of this I want. Like, I keep on saying over and over, I really want this game. I want this game's engine shoved into Outward. And I want that level of survival involvement in Outward with this game's engine. I'm in the starting area, aren't I? Yeah, I didn't mean to go all the way over here. Alright. I mean... Can I just teleport back? Yeah. I guess unless you do PvP and care about having a home, you can totally play this as casual and slow as you want. I'm mixed on the whole PvP idea. I've never been good at PvP, nor have I ever liked it. So... It's unlikely
Legends
I'll
of
play it.
Arceus probably won't be open world. Recent reveals indicate it to be more like Monster Hunter, where you go somewhere.
Isaac was already theorizing.
I already theorized that based on how they were talking about it.
I mean,
and they never wanted to say anything, and I'm like, they're making it like that.
I mean, that's not necessarily horrible either, though.
No, but I like it's cheating.
Speaking of, did we ever end up trying the Outward DLC? I want, are you talking about the Three Brothers? I really want to. I need to get Isaac on board with playing it because I think that both DLCs require you to be further in the game to actually get to it, which means we'd have to pick it up and play it again.
The issue with Legends of Arceus being the same type of modes as Monster Hunter is Monster Hunter looks a million times better because it's like that. Legends of Arceus looks worse than Breath of the Wild.
Oof.
Breath of the Wild doesn't look as good as Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is very, very pretty. Breath of the Wild is pretty, but yeah, Monster Hunter definitely wins in that department. However,
I actually had a hunch of Impede, and I know how. The most foul
Legends of Arceus, yeah. Yeah, no. And that's my issue.
I should mention before I do. Okay, so I don't really know anything about Monster Hunter Rise on the PC. I'm marginally interested, but I always feel like any new Monster Hunter offers very little in improvement over the previous Monster Hunter. You usually have to wait a few of them. But I'll probably keep an eye out on it. Oh my god, yes. Here, take them. So, Town Project Board, basically, you can help upgrade the Arcane Repository to 3 by doing any of these 3 things. You can upgrade repeaters to Tier 2, which I think has to deal with a fort, by doing any of these things. Town Upkeep requires any of this stuff. Deliver 1 strong health potion. I don't know if I can make that, but sure. Hunt grizzly bears for active hunter's bounty, just to do. It just helps out the town. Gives you experience, gives you money. You have your faction quests. Everything in this game is very simple in that it's go kill something or go gather something and bring it back. It's okay, it's a simple system. which is good and it's also bad. It's a simple system. It depends on how much you want. By the way, this map goes in as... I do like the map because you can literally zoom out, see the world, or you can zoom super in and see everything to its minute detail.
Yeah, no, the map in this game does, in my opinion,
the map is great.
Final Fantasy XIV's map. I don't like Final Fantasy XIV's map.
I think this map is a lot better than 14's map.
In reverence, fellow pursuer.
I love Final Fantasy XIV, but the map is easily the worst part of the game.
So, a lot of people are hugely interested in an actual exploration-centric Pokemon game, but now that it's up in the air, you're highly considered dropping your pre-order and just picking up New World, but it's one of those things where I need someone to tell you to stop taking the Hopium. Well, stop taking the Hopium.
Never take the Hopium or the Copium.
New World is decent.
You'll play it.
I will sit there and say that if I was asked to rewind, if time was rewound for me and I was asked to make a decision to buy it again or not, I would probably choose not to.
See, and
because I can live without it.
That's the difference. I would do it again. I'm enjoying myself.
Have you spoken to survivalist?
I like story and I like lore.
To me in some time.
This game makes it difficult to pay attention to lore and story. I've been paying a little bit of attention to the story, and the thing is, the basic concept I like. The concept of the world I like.
I don't know. Perhaps I was too harsh on the man. I know I sometimes come off as a...
I don't know who she is. None of the NPCs have any personality or any... I mean, they're stereotypical NPCs in an MMO. Like, super stereotypical. I'm spoiled from 14 now, where I remember the different characters and the personalities in Final Fantasy 14 NPCs. These characters are very typical NPC characters. They have no personality, no interest of doing anything other than handing you a quest.
Yes. The friend I spoke of before. Audrey Kelleher. She was more than a friend.
It's a medium chestware. I don't want
I gave
this.
her my brooch.
The thing I don't like about this is, so you have not this one.
Maybe I will get
Is it journal? Side stories? No. Map company said it. Where do you go to read that stuff again? So, when you're going around the world, you find documents of the world. They're usually, like, glowing. Hey, Grandidius.
Hi, Gran!
When are you supposed to be playing with Gran?
This Friday.
Tomorrow.
Oh my god, it's tomorrow!
God.
I forgot what day of the week it was.
I'm gonna go over here just to unlock this.
I am so excited. I don't think you guys understand. I love Gran so much.
Are you
She's
playing
such a
Phasmo?
sweetheart. Yes.
Oh my god.
From what I know. Unless that's changed. I'll play whatever, as long as it's with him.
All the as far as I've seen, all the NPCs are voiced. Like, all of their stories are voiced. It's not the NPCs that I don't mind. It's so what I was saying is there's documents hidden around the world. You can see them, they're glowing blue and everything. You pick up the documents are filler for the lore and the flavor and the story of the world and everything. The downside is when you are in anywhere that you are fighting anything, the respawn rate is so high that usually by the time you are done fighting 3 things, the first thing you killed has respawned.
Yeah.
If something is really, really, really overly strong in the game, it's likely to... Basically, here's the situation I had. I killed a boss, like a boss in an area that something was in. Behind the boss was a document to read that was supposed to fill in the story that I was very interested in at the time. I decided to read the document. I was about halfway through reading the document when the boss had respawned and slapped me from the backside. I had to kill the boss a second time. I learned my lesson and I just left. I don't read any of the documents. I click on them to collect them in whatever journal it goes into. I haven't even figured out how to pull it up again. You apparently get experience for just touching them. I've learned not to read anything because the game wants you to understand that the story is encapsulated within these documents outside of the NPCs. In fact, most of the story in the flavor text is within those documents, but you're not given the time or the chance in order to actually read any of them. Yeah, so you have to go and you have to find them. You have to find the document you just found. So this is J. Documents. All of these pages. You're supposed to go, you need to remember which page you picked up from which tale, go back and reread it. It's a little over the top. Feels like overturning due to launch woes, though.
That's very possible.
It's possible, but they've already had one update, and they said they adjusted respawn rates, I think, but everything's still respawning like crazy.
I remember when the beta was out, people weren't getting respawns as fast. Maybe they just overcompensated.
I mean, I like the fact that we don't have to worry about respawns coming in, especially considering... So here's another point and factor. As one of our friends has mentioned, don't ever take the quest that asks you to kill the named bear. The reason being is the quest requires you to kill the bear, which you only have to be a part of a group that actually kills the bear. That's fine. But then you have to skin the bear. Only one player can skin the bear.
Whoa.
So the last time I was there, when I was trying to do the quest, there were 5 other people there, and they were all fighting to see who would skin the bear. I abandoned that quest so fast.
If you want some bear flesh.
Official name for them is dad bods, but they should be called father what? That's actually pretty good. I like that one. Broccoli. First and foremost, I would sit there and say, like, the hype, there's hype. There's always hype for things like this. I don't feel like the hype is necessarily...
I don't even know what the hype for it is about.
I think the game is decent. I think it's good. I'm enjoying aspects of it, and I do look forward to playing it. I'm mostly playing it because of Isaac, and if Isaac was not a factor, then I wouldn't be playing it at all. It's fun, but I don't think it deserves the level of hype it's got. So here's one scary thought that I had heard of. So did you know that you know when you name your character, how it's sometimes difficult to get your name that you want?
Yeah.
They have it locked to where your name is unique across all of the servers. Not just one server, not just the server you've chosen to be in, all servers share the same name. So if you name a character on one server, no one on any other server can use the same name. Do you know what the theory behind that is?
What?
Massive server merges.
Oh.
Where there is a strong possibility that they are going to be merging a ton of servers together, if not all of them into one.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, it could also mean that they went in with the intention that they were thinking it was going to possibly fail. I hope they didn't go in with that idea.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Hype is like, actually decent Amazon game? Yeah, that's basically it. Wow, Amazon made a game that's not shit? I totally give them that.
The game isn't shit.
No, based off of Amazon's previous games that they've released. Because the last game that anyone remembers that they had released, I don't even remember the name of it. It wanted to be PvP co-op and then a battle royale all at once where you chose the mode. And they did a full release, and there were so many problems with the game that they then backed it out from full release to beta. And while it was in beta, they dropped a whole bunch of the modes, and in the end they said, we're canceling the game. And they just shut it all down.
Oh.
I don't even remember the name of it. I remember reading the story, and I was like, I'm sorry, what happened? Was it Crucible? It might have been Crucible. I don't know the name. I just read about what happened afterwards, because those are the type of games I don't really pay attention to because I have no interest in them. But when I heard about what happened, I was just like, oh my god, what? Hey, I have a thing. Hold on. What is this? Armor. Musketeer gloves of the brigand. It's probably shit I don't want. It's worse than what I'm wearing. It's got the same stats. It's worse. Crafting is basic bitch crafting. It's fine.
Basic bitch.
It's basic bitch.
It's not completely basic bitch. So Dilly hasn't really done very much of the crafting.
I have.
But a lot of the crafting in the game is optional. Or like you have options. So while to make a sword, it says you need a.
Oh yeah, no, I will say that's more interesting.
You can use different types of iron and wood in order to craft.
You can change your material here.
Why am I supposed to stop talking?
Because I'm literally in the crafting menu showing it. You can change your material wood here. I can't really change this, though, if I'm making Fire Staff. It forces me Fire Arcana. That might be because it's an Iron Staff. It won't let me choose anything other than Iron, though. Even though it has drop down.
Well, if you don't have the level of stuff that it requests, no, it won't.
If you want to put additional perks on it, you'd pick an item, and like this one will add Constitution Strength, this one adds Intelligence Focus, Constitution Intelligence, Constitution Focus, Focus Dexterity, that kind of thing. You'd put that in. The thing that bugs me is that there's low chances for attributes, I think. Wait, no, I think attributes are always the chance. Gem slots are not always.
I have no idea. I don't know.
But if you add Azoth, you can up that chance. And I could sit there and say...
It's also the high quality. Like
yeah.
Green, blue.
So, this is probably going to be useless to me. But I don't care.
I still prefer 14 to this, but I like having options.
It came out with decent intelligence and everything. It's got this mortal refreshment. When you kill something, reduce all cooldowns by 5%, blah, blah, blah. It's fine for what it is. It's better than basic bitch crafting, but it's still I'm spoiled by 14 where there's a little bit more hands-on. But I'm fine with this. Honestly, having played other MMOs, I'm fine with the whole I don't know what to do with our MMO to make crafting interesting, since it's always been like gathering. And honestly, gathering's interesting enough. And I'm fine with that. My boss said I find it highly suspicious that you're only sick on weekdays. I said it must be my weekend immune system. AGS has only developed one game on their own. The other PC games that failed under their belt were because the developer they backed failed or were unable to deliver. Amazon Games... I don't know what
think the reason why I like gathering in this game is so much of the world is gatherable. I think it's a very good touch.
You think Amazon has learned their lesson with backing new horses, though, considering their current things are a huge MMO from the East and an in-house developed life skill, huh? I don't necessarily think they've learned their lesson so much as I think it's more... I mean, Amazon doesn't have to worry if they've put money into a failed project, ultimately. They are so massively overly involved in things, they don't have to worry. Like, obviously, as a company, they're not going to want failures, but Amazon Game Studios. I don't remember what it was called. The ones who have done New World and are doing Lost Ark. I don't even know what a Lost Ark is. Are they trying to revitalize Ark, their game that was abandoned? The best thing that I could feel... The best example I've ever heard for this game is, it feels like it's a labor of love, where at some point they just forgot that they were laboring out of love and wanted to just get it out the door. Like, you can feel the tidbits of them really putting effort into things, followed by the, we just don't care anymore, we're done.
The music is, I don't care anymore.
I have the music set to being on, and it's just off permanently now.
The music is so low compared to everything else in the game that it's inaudible. And my other issue, like, you can change the settings, but it's so forgettable. The music is so forgettable in this game.
Yeah, that's why I had the music off. I had the music off because...
Oh, we need a river theme. Just put that in there. That's good enough.
Trying to see... Hold on, audio. People are worried about... I've heard online that people are worried about potential gouging with the in-game store eventually. I will say that you can't reskin your outfit unless you pay money to buy one of their skins.
Stupid.
And in case you haven't seen it, the skins are hideous.
Yeah, they were definitely designed by a
So here's your first world I'm sorry, not World of. Your first Warhammer knockoff. Here's your second Warhammer knockoff. And then you have 4 variations of something that's akin to being a Viking. Like, you can pick and choose different pieces of the outfit, but aside from actually buying the skins in a store, you can't reskin yourself. Oh, and it broke.
Impossible!
Great show! Thank you for the raid! Hello, guys. How is everyone doing? Also, if you haven't noticed, so this is what I was saying. I think it's the ice glove. My jacket broke.
Oh my
I can
God,
see through
your
me.
camera's really dark.
Yeah, it's the lighting in here. Can you please stop?
Oh. Also, you might want to adjust your camera down a little bit because the...
Okay. Anyways, I can see through myself. The only way for me to fix this is to take it off and put it back on. It's like I don't know why. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Isaac and I are playing New World. We're talking about the goods and the bads of it. Good thing is, I will point out, with regards to the magic system, which is why I'm a little upset that all you really have is, you do have life, which is, it's your basic healer ability stuff. Fire and ice, I kind of wish there was more elements, because there are elemental resistances. How's this game? You haven't heard a lick about it. It's decent in its own right. It all depends on what you're looking for in a game. This guy's just gonna die for me. Because he's just way low level. But I want this. It's just a dimensional rift, nothing of a duct tape will fix. Talking about the hole that was in my body. Yeah. Oh my god. No, it's, Meeks was playing Fatal Frame. Oh god.
Again?
Again.
Tell that bitch to play another game.
Pick something new. I've seen a lot of the original Fatal Frame. I've never actually played it.
I've never played it either.
I watched my friend Ryan play it when it was new and came out. I thought it was scary as fuck when it first was out, and we were first like sitting on the in his room just staring at it, and we were just scared to death.
I would play it, but like.
One of the bad was the queuing when the game was launched. Yeah, queuing is still bad if you go to a high population server. If you are trying to join the game and you do the whole, I need to be on the server that the streamer that I love to death who gets 100,000 views is on, you deserve that queue. I'm sorry, you deserve that queue because you are going to the server that the streamers are on that is overpopulated. We're on one of the low population servers. We don't have a queue. We're just instantly in. But no, there's a lot of the problems. So one of the other problems I ended up hearing with regards to the queue, when the game first released, it released with European servers first only. People flooded the European servers because of the naming your character restriction. People flooded the European servers to get in to create a character just to name the character so they could reserve their names. Because they knew if they didn't get a chance to do that, they weren't going to be able to do it anywhere. So the European servers on launch were so disgustingly bogged down, no one could log in properly.
Izicus and Dillius are adorable names, alright?
I know, I'm fine with these. I'm not
Our
talking
naming
about that.
convention is perfect.
I'm talking about like someone who logs in and then they're all like, my name is Asmongold, not Asmongold.
Yeah.
Which did happen with him. And I mean, it happened with like Josh Strife Hayes. He said the same thing happened to him on his YouTube. Like, he said someone took his name. He can't use that name.
I've never understood people who do that, in all honesty.
I enjoyed his statement along the lines of it irritated him because it is his form of his brand, but at the same time, he should be happy because it's like free advertising. He's all like, someone's walking around with a billboard for me? Okay.
It's just fucking weird. Y'all need to people need to get their own personality.
By the way, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm supposed to be going up here. I'm supposed to be doing anything that's currently on my... Look at the bunny rabbit, guys! It's dead. First date you sat in queue 3 hours, then got an error message was... Yeah, so what happened was... like, most people that went to the EU servers on the first day that ended up having to deal with that error message that you're talking about, KitKat, they got kicked out of the queue, and then when they went to re-queue, it automatically put them to the back line of the queue, and then they would get kicked out again. And when you went back in, you'd just be put into the back line. What happened was the queue line that you were going in was just constantly being refreshed from everyone that was being kicked out. So everyone was just in a constant cycle of being kicked out, all because everyone was trying to log in just to reserve their character names. New World was originally a PvP only game. It was intended to be a PvP only game. They were very adamant on it being PvP only, and then I think on one of their tests, I think it was their alpha test or something, they learned very quickly it was the worst thing ever because players started griefing each other immediately. So they decided to take out the PvP only. Yay, I got a new Fire Staff ability now. Never trust a bunny. So they took out the PvP and added PvE aspects. I tend to play PvE only, at least at the moment. There's going to be a war and a fight against the Yellows, who fucked us over when we first started, so I'm probably going to go PvP for that, just because fuck them.
Yeah, Dilly and I don't do very much PvP.
But we both want to, like, assholes. Yeah, we both want them to die horribly. So, even if we fail. Oh, yeah, so you can set a respawn point by making a camp. You need green wood and flint. Flint is the rocks that are all over the ground that you haven't really seen me pick up because I already have, like, 22 of them on me. And flint's one. You back away, you make a camp. At the camp, you can do bare basic crafting. Like making certain rations and stuff, which will give you bonuses.
Bare basic?
And it's also, if you die, this is a respawn point. And you can just rebuild it. You have to unbind yourself from it, but then you can rebuild it. Any player that comes across that camp can bind themselves to that camp now. That's kind of a good and a bad system, I've been finding out. The only time I ever decided to try PvP, I lasted... Basically, I was running across, and it was when I was with the yellow faction. And the purple faction at the time was attacking their fort. What happened was, I came across a bunch of campfires, I watched a bunch of the yellow people spawn there, and I was like, oh hey, this seems a safe spot, so I set it up as a respawn point for myself. Campfires are not limited to your faction, because a whole bunch of purples spawned and immediately killed me. Because they had died or respawned or whatever, and they just decided I needed to be taken out. So yeah. There's problems with the factions. Don't forget the loud-ass noise and the musket shots. So the only time I ever used a musket, I smacked things in the face with the butt of it. Then I would, I shot it twice, and I was like, this reload sucks, and then I ditched it. I'm like, this isn't magic. You thought this story would go like that? Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of PvP stuff. But, I mean, I'm down to try it a bit in this one. I just want to chop some trees. What is my weight like? Oh, okay, it's okay. I need to get my logging up to 50 so I can start chopping normal trees. Like these ones. Not this one. This one. Requires logging skill 50. You haven't been here in a long while. Hope everybody's been well. We've been good. Isaac's working. I'm still looking for work and streaming during the daytime. I'm redoing my schedule because I've been having too many days where I'm just so exhaustedly out of it from everything that I've been losing momentum, so I've had to restructure my weekly schedule for streams in order to make sure that I have time for the bare basics in life, and along with job searching, along with like doing the streams. But yeah, daily streams, most daily. It's I'm not Tuesdays and so here's the new schedule is going to be,
It's not daily streams anymore.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to be doing streams probably starting at 9 or 10. Honestly, that is still up in the air based upon my job search, because I will be doing some job searching in the mornings before I start, same as I have been doing. However, Tuesdays and Thursdays, evening streams will still continue. The day streams are not going to happen. If one does happen on a Tuesday, Thursday, it's because I kind of just felt like it. Tuesday, Thursday days, I'm going to be taking it for myself to work on my job searching even more than I have been, along with trying to take care of stuff in the house, such as cleaning areas of the house, trying to reorganize, getting things ready, because we're still okay, even though there's only one of us that's working right now, and we're still going to be doing Thanksgiving. We're not going to be able to survive like this forever, but we are going to be... we're still doing Thanksgiving here. I know that we have one of Isaac's old friends that's coming over in a few weeks, and I kind of want to get the house cleaned. I want to make sure everything's nice. I want to reorganize some stuff. Things that I've been planning on doing that I haven't been doing because I've been doing 8-hour streams throughout most of the last year. And it's just, I need some time for us and for life. So, that's changing. I want to look at this. Okay, upgrading this. I don't need another skill. What is this? Spellslinger. Your abilities gain an extra 15% chance to critical strike. If you haven't taken damage in the last 3 seconds, deal 10%. I am very, very tempted for clear casting, but direct hits with a fireball give you 10% of your maximum mana and reduce your fire staff cooldowns by 7%. Casting a fire spell places a 2-meter rune on the ground, increasing your spell damage by 30% while standing on the rune. I'm very mobile. Without 6 seconds... After 6 seconds without activating a Fire Staff ability, your mana regen is increased by 400%. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to aim for the Rune of Helios. You hope I can find a job soon. I'm trying. The job market is very problematically broken at the moment. It's really annoying, honestly. I'm going the wrong way. But now I see iron, so I'm going towards that. Because you always need iron in this. Yeah, I didn't even bother trying to dodge the wolf, whatever. I need to skin them. I've been leaving them. I need to up my skinning. Gets better at higher levels of the mesket. You also need to craft well and farm iron like mad and lad in the beginning. I hate the term of it gets better at higher levels because it should always be good no matter at what level you're playing at. I will say that honestly, based off of what I've played in this so far, it starts out enjoyable from the get-go. I will say that. Which is definitely the selling point for keeping me playing. If you haven't seen or heard of any of the memes with regards to swimming, there's no swimming. There's no swimming animation. I think I could do it over here. Because you guys deserve to see this if you haven't. I mean, it's not like this is a AAA studio here working on this. This is
a small indie
This is a small indie company.
And not the largest corporation in the entire fucking world.
There's no swimming up. If you're at the bottom of a very deep area, if you don't get out within those 20 seconds, the game doesn't even kill you or give you a drowning thing. It just deals 100,000 damage to you. Which is also, to me, a little cheap, but whatever. At least it's something rather than just doing it, but oh my god. Yeah, there's jokes about walking underwater with, like, the metal shoes and everything. It is the jankiest, cheapest crap that I have seen in it so far, and it's one of the biggest criticisms I make about it. The amount of detail and energy that they put into other things. Look at this. I chopped this tree down. This is not just for me. This will fall down for me and everyone else. It will eventually respawn somewhere. But that tree is chopped down for everyone, including myself. They went into the whole aspect of, you can chop this tree down, and we're going to make it fall, and we're going to leave a stump behind. But they were all like, fuck swimming.
Like, I'm surprised they didn't even make you tread water on the top.
The other thing, what was that? The spin was funny, yeah. The other thing that was, the other thing about the swimming that bugs me is, while you're underwater, you move slower. But if an enemy aggroes you and chases you, the enemy doesn't get slowed down under the water. They will always catch up to you and they will just wail on you because you can't get away from them. Because you move slower. So, there's that. Go to Daybreak Burrow and defeat Withered to redeem Constable. I have to defeat 10 Withered. This is easy enough. You're a Withered. Pretty sure. Stop it. Yeah, I don't... Get over here. Get over... Really? Stop it. Hey! Stop it. Okay. Yeah, it's absolutely... Yeah, their inability to make a proper
It's just, all that
swimming
they
is...
needed to do was do Terra's signature, oh, you just tread water everywhere. That's all they needed to do. And then, like, if you go too far out, then there's a stamina meter that says you're gonna drown.
Yeah, it's really...
It's not a hard concept.
He was too busy screaming to actually, like, you know, not be killed. You find it funny, you can clearly tell what's a holdover from being a resource competitive PvP game. What was added to support PvE. Yeah. It's PvE feels a little shoehorned. There's too many elements of this game that kind of are overly PvP dependent. There's rumors that they're talking about a faction balancing system, but they're just rumors and Amazon has said nothing. So I think people are just hoping for the best. Who knows? We'll find out in the future. However, let's put it this way. So this is something you could read. If I had read this while I was reading it, this thing inside would just respawn and probably kill me. I usually have enough time to get this and get the hell out. Like, maybe it's not respawning as fast in this one, which is probably a good thing, but... I mean, he's back. I just killed him a second ago. But yeah, but right now, as far as like picking your faction, there is no reason to choose the underdog, which is the Covenant, which is the yellow people. There are no benefits for being in a faction with less people. There's actually more of a deterrent. Because your benefits for your faction is all which faction controls the most territory. That's the faction that has the most benefits. By the way, if you want to see, I want to show this to you. Actually, you know what? I'll do it after this. I'll show aggro range later, because oh my god. There's no benefit to picking the underdog, because the groups that own the most territory are what give you the benefit. Why would you pick the yellow group? There is no benefit to you at all.
They're also jerks.
My glove just broke on my chest again.
Oh. Oh, that's what you were talking about.
And then it goes away. Yeah, so that symbol on my chest is what's right there. I've been having that happen often, and it's only with the glove. I seem to need the glove equipped for this to happen. You really like that glitch glove armor. The concept is neat, but it's ugly. But yes. It happens often. It drives me nuts. That little patch that happened yesterday, or what was pathetic. I didn't even read the whole patch notes, KitKat. What happened in it? If you want to contribute to PvP and have a chance of being in a large faction, means a lot of outside... Yeah. Oh, you mean if you want to be, like, a major player in PvP, and you don't want... and you want to stand out from the crowd? I mean, that's... honest... I mean, if you want to be a tryhard, you're allowed to be a tryhard. Because honestly, that's what it comes down to for that kind of thing. But I understand the concept. That's not enough of a reason to ever pull anyone into the smaller faction. Yellow's your favorite color, though. My outfit constantly glitching with this fucking glove. If I use the fire staff, it just never happens. It's only with the glove. I hate you. You're a problem every single time I come across you. Ow. How did that go through you? Ow. There's also something with him where I can press... with the alligators, I can try and dodge, but for some reason I get locked and I can't dodge them all the time. Other enemies I can hit dodge almost immediately as they're about to attack me. Not a problem, and I'll dodge out of the way. The alligators, it won't let me do it all the time. I don't know why. But there's definitely something wonky with fighting the alligators. Like, I have to be pre-prepped to dodge them. You just prefer the faction armor of Covenant over the other two. The faction armor of Covenant is pretty nice. I mean, it's basically red. But I mean, I don't care about the faction armor. Like, that's not ever a thing for me. I gotta go back over that way. Ooh, I need these. Because I'm getting sidetracked while I'm doing this stuff. I do like that I switch between the fire staff and the ice staff based upon whichever one is dealing the most damage. and I get used to certain types of enemies being more vulnerable to certain types, it makes me wish there were more elements and more magic. I also wish the magic was, as I mentioned before, I wish it was a little bit more fantastical and felt a little more like magic, instead of here's a gun that looks like a fireball. Like, it doesn't feel uniquely mystical to me. It feels okay.
Like Harry Potter's gun wands.
Harry Potter's gun. That was, what was that? That was the game, that was the 7th game. 7th game was so bad. Didn't I beat that in like a single sitting, and then I ended up realizing I didn't have to fight anything, and I could just run through everything? I remember that. The 8th one was actually good though. No, it was part 1 of Deathly Hallows. Deathly Hallows Part 1, the Harry Potter PC game, was a gun wand where he literally had like shotgun spell and regular gun spell, and then he found out that you could just run through everything because the enemies could never catch you. And if you just did that, you could get through the entire game very quickly and never ever have to play it again.
I'm just proud that you actually finished it.
But the second game was actually Alright.
I talked about you.
No, stop it.
I talked about you.
So you have light attacks and you have strong attacks. I'm using strong attacks mostly with my fire staff because it returns some mana when I use it. It's the difference between click the button once and hold it down. You can defend and deflect, or block, I should say. That looks like this if I do it. I never do it because you still take damage with this fire staff if you do it. Stay in the fire. Stay in the fire. You know you want to. Stay in the fire. You still take damage if you end up blocking. You take less damage, but you still take damage. I like the look of the ice gloves because it does that whole ripple thing. But whatever. Oh.
You know what I like the most about this game?
What?
What other MMOs are going to emulate from this game?
Yeah. I like... So, the strongest thing I could say for the game is the action-based combat is enjoyable. Moving your character around, fighting in the world, dodging, even as simplified as the combat has been as far as I'm concerned, it's still enjoyable and fun to play. I like this combat system in general. I wish we had this kind of combat system in a little bit of other things. Welcome to Greedfall, the MMO.
That's what Tom said. Why are you stealing his shtick?
Because I was saying it at the same time he was saying it. Because it feels and looks like Greedfall, the MMO. When it was first announced, and Greedfall is literally the same thing. You come from a Spanish-influenced country to a land that's a brand new world where magic is there. And you also have magic in your point. It's like, it's basically the same game. Someone left a wolf here, I'm gonna skin it. Also meant Half-Life. Seems like a lot of spells could be way more artificer than actual magic though, especially the turret ability and the tornado. Yeah, I kind of hate the turret ability, honestly. I feel like it's a really... But I don't have anything else that I could have. So I just choose not to use it if I can help it. I do like this. I like the frozen area thing. I probably need to buy something to upgrade it some more. I think I can make it bigger. All these things that I've already killed have respawned. What am I trying to do here? Collect bile from the meta... Wait. Nothing. In this objective. Number 6. Search chests for lacing. Okay, so I want to show you this. The aggro range for creatures is sometimes ridiculous. He's not too ridiculous, but they don't stop chasing you for a really long time. A really, really long time. Here he comes. I don't know if he'll chase me across the river. Oh, he actually stopped. I wonder if they changed some of that. They will chase you across multiple zones, depending on the enemy, it seems. And they just won't stop. I've literally been to, like, a farm over, like, say, here, and then walked over here, had 7 of the zombie farmers come up to me, all hit me once, and then turn around and walk away. And I was like, what the fuck? It's okay. Turkey was asking for it. Riverworn Grotto. Search chests for lacing at Riverworn Grotto. Same thing I was just doing. Aggro range on threat as well, and if you do loads of damage, you have a lot of threat. Is that how that does that? Am I doing loads of damage then? I'm assuming. I've been here multiple times and I hate being here. Look at all the people just running around doing the same thing.
I haven't seen another player in so long.
What level are you?
14.
Honey, what have you been doing? No.
Why? Honey, you've been playing it while I'm at work.
No, I haven't.
And asleep.
Maybe that one. But
Yesterday you played when I was at work and while I was sleeping.
well, I played it while you were at work, but only later. Because I had to delete my character. Alright. You. Here, you can have this. You can block bullets. Get on the ground. Stop it. Search chests. I just need to search chests here. Dilly be gaming heart? No. I haven't, honestly. Stop it. I mean, they're level 12. Like, it's all like, hey, you have this quest, go do it. Thanks! What? Hi. I can't right now.
I really like you.
There are gems that lower your threat. That would be nice. You get sent to the same areas a lot in this. Like, you'll pick up a quest that'll be like, you know that area you were at like 5 times yesterday? I need you to go back there and look through their chests again. You're all like, that seems like just downright theft at this point. They're all like, no, it's not. Hit them all over the head, take their shit, and leave. Alright. Did he die? He died. I need that. Excuse me. Stop it. I just want this. I don't want reeds. Also, I want this. The camera inside buildings is stupid, by the way. Yeah, it's not that great. It's the adage. It's the old adage of the camera is has its own physical
Body.
Yeah, it has its own physical body, at least for on your end, because it can't conflict with other players' cameras. Thank God, that would be a nightmare if that was the case. But it can't look through walls, and it can't go through walls, so it basically just zooms in a lot when you get inside of a location. You're already back. I just killed him. I need to search one more Get away. Here. Excuse you. Speaking of Western European frontiers, did you see Valheim got its Hearth and Home update? I have heard some not great things about its Hearth and Home update. The last person that, when I was like going, oh, it got an update, I wonder how good it is. I was told by people who had played it that it does not offer anywhere near what it promised that it was going to offer. I personally don't know anything about it. I have played a little bit of Valheim. What I have played of it, I do enjoy. I really wish it had more content. Because I know that if we played it regularly, we'd end up hitting a wall with the content. It'll get there. As long as they keep updating and keep adding, it'll get there. Stop it. Excuse me. You guys need to stop chasing me. I just need one more chest. I'm going in this house. Did I already get the chest in this house? Frickin' hell. No, I did not. Here, you can have this. Thanks. Alright. Poor magic glove, it's almost broken. Oh, it is almost broken. Here. Repair. Repair. There. So when you salvage things, you get repair parts. You take the repair parts and you use those to repair your items that you want to repair. Get away from me. Ow. Oh, look! This wonderful... There we go. Zigzag. She can't hit me with her bullets if I zigzag. They almost always miss. Get away from me. Go back to your river. See? Zigzag. Ow. Fucking wolf! I swear to God! How did that feel? Now I'm taking your skin. Are you fucking kidding me? Stop it! So my spell isn't a cooldown. I went to use it, and it started the animation, and it never went off, and then it just put my spell into a cooldown. What's funny, though, is that ice one that's going out for me and then spiking upwards, when I first started playing the game, you couldn't see that animation. The animation, you could actually see the ice after the update. It confused the hell out of me when I used it, because I was like, what? Am I like, that's what the ice magic looks like? Oh, let's go northwest. Let's go up to them. My current quest just says... You want to be level 23 to do this. I'm like, okay. Here, let's chop another tree. Why? Because I desperately need to get to 50. There, 36. You do cancel spells with dodges blocking or getting attacked or something. Yeah, no, I've done the cancel spells. I didn't do any of that with that one, though. So... I don't know.
Oh,
no, you have to actually dodge. You can't move when you tell it to use a spell. It will the spell itself will override it. I've learned that if I'm stuck in a spell, like not that one. The fire one. There's a fire AoE spell. Which here's another I'll show you. fuck out of here. I'll show you another point of contention I have with regards to the magic. So, apparently everyone's been saying that ice magic, the ice glove, is super OP. It kind of is. A lot of the undead you come across, of which this world is basically all undead for the most part, with aside from, like, here's a wolf and here's a bear and here's a rabbit, so. There's a lot of undead. For some reason, undead in this world are weak to ice. I don't know how. Ooh, silver. I'll show you here because this is a good spot to do it for the rock. But anyways, I still like the fire staff. I think I prefer the fire spells a lot more than the ice spells. However, I've been hearing resoundingly that the ice magic is, and the by stance, the ice glove is overpowered. Reason being is, so you have... Fucking kidding me? So you have this AoE. That does damage while things are in it. And I can put the turret down and it does damage while things are in it. And I can sit here and shoot. Okay? By comparison, the fire-based AoE locks me in place because it's a channeling ability and it doesn't do anywhere near the damage output that the ice one does. In fact, if I have to dodge to move while that's going off, it cancels the rest of the spell and it just stops firing. So I find it to be, while I like the concept of the spell, it's a little sad on its own, and I feel like it's more of a spell that I picked up for when we eventually do larger group-based activities, because I have not used it at all. Anytime I've tried using it, I feel sad about its existence. But I did a comparison with some friends last night where I was sitting there and showing them, like, ice magic output versus the fire magic output. And fire magic, oh, my gloves on my outfit again. So my glove that I'm wearing, this glove, you see the red and white glove? That texture has been transplanted to my chest. It will go away when I put the ice glove away. There's nothing wrong with that kind of niche, but there's nothing wrong with that kind of niche, but yeah, the total lack of weapon diversity and what you can end up doing, that is the largest AoE that the fire spells can do. Beyond that, I have my fireball, which still doesn't do the damage. I mean, it does decent damage. Don't get me wrong, it does do decent damage. There are some occasions where I will fire off the fireball, and I've watched it go through the torso of an enemy and just keep going, and then it makes me sad. Like that. Because I was slightly to the side at that point, but I have literally hit that point at other times. You stay there. I need to recover this. That was too off. That was too far off.
Honey, did you show them the Bodhi spell?
Did you try the flamethrower? The flamethrower sucks! No, I can't show that to them. I need to go to you for that. The flamethrower sucks, from what I've seen. You put out your staff and you put a spout of flame. You know what happens with the flamethrower? I deal continuous damage. It's like you deal damage, damage, damage. Meanwhile, the enemy is standing in front of me slapping me. And I just take damage while it's going on. I hate the flamethrower. Like, I'm trying to deal damage while trying to minimize my, being hit by things, because wizard, like, concept, that's what I'm trying to do. Listen, at least you only have a visual glitch. Every character you ever made either had a broken inventory or crafting. How did you have a broken inventory or crafting? What happened? I have never had broken inventory or broken crafting. Like, the visual glitch is kind of funny in its own right, but at the same time it's obnoxious. Stop it. It sort of makes sense that the staff is less mobile than the glove, but it doesn't make sense that the glove is simply more powerful than the staff. Yeah, I think that's my problem. I'm fine with the less mobility, but I mean, come on. The general damage output of the ice spells versus the fire spells is ridiculously offset, it feels like. Because overall I feel like I can get more damage out of just any of my ice, like my ice spells. That's why you won't see me use much of anything beyond Fireball or even the Dash Forward. Dash Forward I will use, that's this one. That does not look very impressive from here. Like, I need to see that again, but we need to go up. So, what I do like about this is I can sit here and say there's a quest here. Pin this. That is now my #1 quest, which is search chests in the Keller farmstead to find Tekla's brooch. Couldn't craft more than one item at a time, and sometimes not even that. What? Seem to have logged a wrong number of resources you had in the station permanently. What? Oh god, that's horrible.
Never had that happen. Has it been fixed?
Like, staff should have a special dodge action that lets you blink while channeling. That would help tremendously. Yeah, if you could continue, if the staff allowed you to do something like that, where you could continue channeling while you're doing something. Because here's the thing, is even in a PvP mode, those AoEs, your enemies are going to want to get out of them. They're not going to want to stand in them. It's pretty obvious they're not going to want to be in them. And they're going to be moving to get out of them. So having a blink and being able to continue it would work. The problem is, if they did that, there's no other way for you to cancel the spell at the moment, based off of the control schemes that they've made. I swear to God, I was like, that didn't even hit him. Like, that was straight on attack. So I had a fireball miss and hit behind him, and I had the one attack not hit him. That is an issue that other people have been mentioned. I've seen other people on the server sit there and say, is anyone else having problems with blah, blah, blah. So I do know that other people have it. I'm looking for... Can I take wheat out of these things? Okay. That was him. That was me not aiming properly. That was my fault.
Really, that's the straw. That's not the wheat part. The wheat is already been harvested.
Why is the wheat harvested? The wheat's always harvested.
So the wheat gets harvested, and then those bales are actually the hay.
No. There's actual wheat and barley in the game. I just don't know where to get it. Corn I found, and I've been finding. Just want this. If you can cancel channels with basic attacks, you could just make basic attacks blink you with a mana cost relative to distance. The mana cost would be horrible, though. As it is, the spells already take a lot out of your mana. Like, if I had a blink with a mana cost, I would not want to use it. Going through my basic spells, Fireball, followed by this, drops me down to 46 mana in 2 spells. And then if you end up doing this... I mean, I don't tend to do this one. But you get the idea. I'm now at 23 mana. And each of my attacks takes mana. So now I'm at 18. Like, you burn through your mana like crazy. So having yet another thing that's like, oh, this is supposed to help you move around, but it burns through your mana, just makes spellcasting ineffective. So while the idea is sound, the whole idea of it takes mana would make me want to die internally. Hi, Bornin. How are you? It's just hemp. I'm gonna harvest a pot. Get it for fibers for linen. We're playing New World, Bornin. We're talking about the pluses and cons. Honestly, I'm focusing a lot on the cons. Not because I hate the game or anything. It's mostly because I think If you talk to anyone else and go anywhere else, I think everyone is talking about how great the game is. You might as well hear a contrary opinion of some sort to get a basic idea of the game. It's still worth playing. I still enjoy it. My current theory, granted it's just a theory.
Game theory.
It's just a theory, is based on the way that the factions are currently set up and the way PvP is functioning. I have a feeling that ultimately every server is going to fall apart with the purple faction being the most dominant and all the other factions basically paying homage to them and or not being able to stand up to them properly. And I have a feeling that's where the game is just going to end up being at a stalemate, and it will never change. Did you just spawn? Get out of here. Search chests. For Herbalist Journal. Stop it. Your server is green dominated due to purple being generally not PvP willing. And I think that's the other thing too, is you're going to get a lot of people that aren't going to want PvP, and the way the game is set up, I have a feeling that PvP has a chance of dominating everything. And if that's the case, you're going to get a lot of players that over time are going to pull away. Apparently the game does not have a lot of content if you're focused on PvP. Like, it's okay to play, but what I'm currently experiencing, or PvE, what I'm currently experiencing, from what I understand, this is the be-all, end-all of what I'm going to experience in the game throughout its entire... Just anything I can do right now, I'm basically doing it. I'm just going to be doing it at higher levels, with different areas, different materials, in higher level zones. But I'm just going to be doing this. And this is okay for the most part in some ways, but if you're looking for something a little meatier, you're not going to get it. Not unless you're willing to jump into PvP, and even then, PvP is only going to be as good as PvP ever ends up getting. Yeah, I don't really like PvP either. Like, I'm willing to try it, but in general, I don't like PvP. The only game where I had any fun with PvP was on Guild Wars 2. It is not detrimental at all to fail in Guild Wars 2. It is not detrimental at all whether or not your world, your server, whatever it is in Guild Wars 2, whether you're winning or losing. You only get positive benefits for contributing to PvP in Guild Wars 2, even if you're a part of the losing side or you keep dying. You only just get rewarded for just being part of it if you want to, and you don't have to because there's a ton of PvE content in Guild Wars 2. But the little times I had actually done the world fights in Guild Wars 2, I actually enjoyed them. What I'm looking for, I have to search chests. That's a carrot. I do like the whole leveling up the weapons and stuff. You could read the story, but that's not going to save it. I mean, I'm actually a little interested in the story. I don't think it's going to be the greatest story in the world, but it does seem like it has some interesting concepts to it. I do like what little I've seen of it. I am aware that I have the Angry Earth Seed on me, which I'm supposed to be using along with the Shaft and the Crosshaft to make my Azoth staff, which is supposed to allow me to close corruptions or something. I am aware of that. Also, I should be eating more. I am aware that there is an upgrade available, but I'm not doing that until I am in a safer spot, because nothing is safe in this game. Now, that's what you get for walking into my ice. That's what you get. See? He's different with me. That gruff, tired-looking man who guards the watchtower is... He came from outside. From little PvP you did, you have a lot to lose in resources and lost time for dying once for basically no XP or gained on your part. Wait, you get... What happens if you die in PvP? I thought that nothing happened.
You don't lose resources. Are you talking about, like, half-done PvP quests? Because you failed those. But you don't lose items out of your bag.
Oh, the PvP quests are some weird different thing. So, he can't reach me because enemies don't know how to drop down from things. And they don't know how to jump, so they will usually find the shortest path to you by running to you. Or in his case, he'll just stand there and wait for me to come back and kill him. The AI is shit. It's not absolute garbage. Let me take that back, because there is worse AI that I've experienced. The AI is bad. I could have hidden behind here and he would have kept on hitting the box. If you come up here, and if there was not this box here, the AI will just stand at the bottom of it and just stare at you and not know what to do. They can't climb. They can't jump down. You can, if you need to get away from a group of enemies, jump off a cliff. You take less damage from the fall off a cliff than you do from the enemies that are trying to smack you.
You get really hurt from falling off cliffs.
Yeah, no, I keep jumping off of mountains and cliffs, and the most damage I have taken off of the largest cliff I could find was half my health bar. And I was like, just shove a health potion down my throat. I was like, okay. Fail the PvP quests automatically if you don't make it back doing them. Yeah, but that's not really the PvP I was necessarily mentioning. I haven't done the PvP quests. I know of them, I haven't done them.
You started doing them and then you got killed. Like, I'm not doing them.
I never actually picked them up. I was just going to you, to help you. See, I don't read those, because, like, something else is gonna spawn, something's gonna see me, something's gonna hit me. Well, that was a big waste. Here you go. Okay. XP you get for the quest is less than any other quest. Yeah, that's the same as with doing the town stuff.
But if you are flagged for PvP, you do get an extra 5% experience, no matter what. So, I mean, there's also that.
5% really isn't that much, though.
It's...
Especially if you're getting killed on the way to
time.
everything. Oh, my
If
broken...
you're just, like, sitting near the town and gathering trees, yeah, it's worth it.
Why does my... Why?
Why does it keep doing that?
I don't know, and it's only when I have the ice glove out. It's a glitch attached to the ice glove itself. I would almost say that it was something else, but it has to be... It's the ice glove. Because if I have the fire staff on, it never happens. The ice glove, if I have that equipped, like, even if it's out or not, it happens. Randomly. Oh, freaking hell. I need to search chests for one more. I need one more chest. That house over there. That one. Here, look, there's a wall. Just get on the other side of the wall. Just get on the other side of the wall. What are you gonna do? Oh no. What are you gonna do? I know. What are you gonna do? No. Oh no. What are you gonna do? Oh my god. The AI doesn't know how to climb! It's just a small indie development company. You want to come over here? I have a lovely wall that I want to sell you. You're not making this any fun. Here, you have this. It's your friend now. Ow. Stop it. Poor Zambies. Some free-to-play games offer a lot more than this and do it cleaner too. There's what I'm saying is that despite all the hype and everything, there is jank and there is a decent amount of jank. There's also polish and there's also some good quality stuff in here. Like I said, it feels good to craft or gather. Crafting, I'm mixed on it. In general, I don't think it's that great, but Isaac likes it, and honestly, I don't hate it. I'm just spoiled from Final Fantasy XIV at this point, where I had a game that was like, hey, you can do more than just click a button. I do like that you can pick the different materials. I do like that there's multiple different materials you can use to make like mana potions and health potions, and if you have a lot of one, you can pick it, which is cool. But rolling around the world feels good. Just moving within the environment overall feels relatively good. The world itself, it's attractive looking. I don't think it's the most beautiful world I've seen, but it is relatively nice looking, and it fits the aesthetic very well. I hate the constant chasing of the enemies. Just keep on coming. Oh my god, a wall, your worst enemy. Excuse you! Defense. Your worst enemy. 2 and 4 are up north. Here, let's see what I've got here. I'm not going to use this. Bow, confirm. I'm just basically hold down S and click, and you can salvage. It gives me 2 repair parts and 0.25 gold. That's basically one of the ways to make money. I'm not going to use any of this. Light chestwear, and it's actually better than what I'm wearing by 2 points. But what does it look like? I want the stats. It's not big enough of a difference. This one, actually, I think I'm going to take. So sad I'm losing those. I think the only thing I don't like is that your stats don't seem to matter a whole heck of a lot. Oh, this is even better. I care more about the focus, I think. I don't need bullets, so I just drop them all the time. I think... but I don't have confirmation that your attributes don't have any effect on anything outside of your attack. But I thought, because I've committed 8 points to focus, I thought this is supposed to increase my overall mana regeneration. But it doesn't really say that. I have to get it up to 50, and then I will get a regeneration bonus. Until I get it to 50, it's not good. So I might have to redo that and throw those 8 points elsewhere. I like how I can see the chat window above my camera now. Whatever. I'm not going to try and fix it. It's you can only see a singular line. It's not a big deal. It's not really moving. It's the I'll have to figure out how to hide it if we ever stream it again. We're not likely to stream it much. Isaac might while doing Stream Raiders. I will say that I feel more inclined. Yeah, I feel more inclined. I feel more inclined that I would do any of the other MMOs with Stream Raiders than this, because this is not easy to put down to play Stream Raiders. It's a bunny rabbit. Besides Constitution, yeah, Constitution gives you health. You know, I've never really paid attention. Oh yeah, in case you didn't know, if you move forward and press Z, no one can see. I think I've heard that if you any other character, this actually hides your nameplate from showing up, so you can actually sneak up on people. But I don't know how true that is.
It is. When I was doing PvP, people were running past me.
Oh, iron. So it does work. You can genuinely stealth like that. Yeah, and I like that. That aspect I like. But again, it's another PvP thing because it has no use in PvE.
Yeah, the enemies can always see you. Which is fucking weird as hell.
The enemies, if they don't like you, across that road, they'll see you, they'll scream, and then run at you. And it gets really annoying.
All 8 of them will run at you.
Yeah, all of them will come at you. You'll get one that attacks you, and then the entire, like, area is all like, fuck him up, and they'll all just run at you. And you're just all like, why? There is a thing here. I don't know what the yellow means. Hold on. It's 195. How much is this? 166. I think yellow means weak. Blue, I think, means their defense. They have a defense to it. Oh, I need to do stuff here. Excuse you. Ow. Ow. More fetid bile. More. General, yellow is a general weakness to an element. Blue is strong against the element. Orange is a crit. Yeah, orange I've seen. Can I say that the colors scheme that they chose for that is really fucking weird? Like, yellow is the weakness? That's really weird to me. Yeah. I'm so glad he just stood there. But yeah, if you want to, you can dodge everything. I mean, if you get overwhelmed by enemies like wolves, if you get like a pack of wolves on you, you're not going to be able to dodge them very well. Damn it. See, this is why I need to level up my mining, so I can do things like this. I know I'm going to need my mining up, and I'm going to need my logging up. My gathering, my, like, harvesting is perfectly fine. So that ice spike that I'm pulling up out of the ground, if I cast it, it throws a line out. If I press my left click, it will force it to end early. The final spike, or the end of its trail, whether it triggers naturally or I force it to trigger, does more damage than the actual trail itself. So I have to be careful and pick when I hit, and I've gotten okay at it, but still not great. Like, I'll hit it and it's behind the enemy, because that's the other thing with magic. It's sometimes really hard to trace how far something can go and when to actually do things. A bunch of the fire abilities that I didn't like was forcing me to do a ground target, and I hated doing the ground targets. We're going for like a little bit, like another 10 minutes or so, because we've started a little late. Same as we usually do. I'm just gonna get hit because I forced him to stay in that area. Excuse you! Do you see me not being done with that? Ow! Excuse you. You can't hit me while I'm up there. I'm such an asshole when I do that. Is it figured out how to use the map yet? You mean like teleporting? Yeah, I think so. Have you? Yeah, he's been using it. I've definitely been fast traveling. I found out once you got to level 20 how much Azoth you got.
My issue was never how to use the map. It was how to not get distracted by every shiny thing along the way.
Fucking kidding me. So I have one of the abilities I have, which is why I keep using the short. Oh, I'm so glad that I lost all texture on my... Excuse you. For fuck's sakes. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Stop it. For fuck's sakes. Don't read those, They're just gonna come and smack you some more. Okay, get the hell out of here. That's what you get. So... So I'm gonna click here, recall to in, boom. He struggled to find his own position on the map with the quest marker on the first stream. He's fine with that now. I've noticed there's times where the quest marker won't necessarily...
It was the very first time I played the game!
It was like the second time. Yes, it was early on. He didn't really know it. I will say there's been times where I've looked for my quest marker on the map and I haven't seen it, and I've noticed that there are times where it just doesn't show up. It's almost like it's a bug. But I've also noticed that if I go specifically into my journal to the quest that I'm looking for that I can't find on the map, if I tell it to view on the map, it then puts it on the map. So I've found a way around it. I don't care.
A glimpse of Windsward, I trust you.
But I can go up here and go to the board. Turn that one in. Search for fasteners. Find for firm fish fillets. I have those. You can have them. 250 green wood. I have those. You can have them. I will leave those up. Looks like I have a quest turn in here. Also, I have that.
Oh, there's a friend.
Complete the
All
quest.
the way to Daybreak Borough and back with these mementos. I'll tell Magistrate Clark. He doesn't have to bear all the burden anymore. I'll tell Magistrate Clark. He doesn't have to bear all the burden anymore.
Why is there a
I'm ready
thing
and
on
willing
her?
to do
Like,
my
there,
part.
she has another quest to turn in. What the hell is wrong with that? So when you get faction areas up, oh boy, I'm at level 10, so of course I get that. And then I can just increase one of these. Usually I drop the station fee or the gathering speed. I'm gonna do the station fee. We go here.
Very relieved to see you.
Complete this
These
quest.
corruption breaches seem to be appearing in greater. Corruption is most
What's
alchemist
next?
Olivera studied the old cut medicinals and believes we are onto something.
You can use the body of recover to repel or even destroy the corrupted.
Yes, an even more disgusting task than before. So
Can you give me a weapon that actually I want?
and there. Now, take this and deposit it in the gruel barrels at the Evanrock Quarry. Karate will eat it and hopefully perish.
Grab this. That's a town board bug. Yeah, I've noticed the town board bugs. I started noticing them yesterday. If I go to the town board and tell it to complete all the things that I have, whether it's visible or not,
You mean, this... I don't know what to say.
I will say that while I understand bugs on launch, there are a lot of bugs. The game's still playable.
Reverence, fellow pursuer of knowledge.
Pick those up. I am now 22. Yeah. I did put quite a few points into Constitution. I'm just trying to raise my intelligence more before I do more. I think that was kind of it. So normally it's like if I wanted to do crafting, so I would do shove that, all this stuff. I just throw everything. So you do have a limit on how much you can keep in your storage. Again, your storage is unique per city. Ew. Do I have ammo on me? I have a lot of corn, thank God. But once it starts getting high up there, I start doing things to it just to, like, change it up. Like, here are the stone cutters. Stone blocks are usually needed, so craft that. It crafts it directly from your storage, and it doesn't put it into your inventory if it's already in your storage. I have a flawed carnelian? Okay, craft it. Except that one faction main quest that was broken, where if you didn't do it exactly at level 24, you couldn't ever do it and level up your faction store. That fucking sucks. So I'm cutting the... I don't know if you ever want to keep these flawed or not, so whatever. I'm just cutting them. It costs to do this, but whatever. Cut flawed aquamarine. It's only costing me 0.01. So, and it's leveling up my stuff. I don't know why I keep canceling out. That's just me. Cut flawed onyx. So, if you click anywhere else, you can just keep it from doing that. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, and you don't keep any of that. Here, the ammo, I just drop it. I'm not gonna wear this. I like it, but at the same time, like, it's nice, but it's medium. And so you do have, as you've seen with me, my dodge as a roll. You do the Dark Souls thing where the heavier you are, if this goes above the 13 weight limit for your equipped items, you start just doing a slight jump instead of a roll. I like the roll. No, thank you. I'm not going to use that. What are you? Heavy boots of the cleric. I will be getting rid of those. Because I'm not using heavy armor. I'm doing all, If you level up your stone coming, you can merge flawed ones of the same type into a pure one. That sounds weird and mystically magical, like it should not be able to be done. But at the same time, okay. All these decorations for your house that you could do. That I have not been bothered with housing at all. Smithing, I have not found a reason to keep raw silver around, so I'm just fashioning them into ingots. Iron, holy shit. I have found reasons to keep raw iron around, so I try not to fashion it all into ingots. Oh my god. Well, that turned out okay. Oh, I like how the gems don't come on. Oh, now they did. What the hell? Everything just appeared in my inventory. So it does. It's supposed to be in your inventory. For some reason it wasn't. That's fine, I'll just put it back in. I think it actually reduced. I don't know. Housing can get you more storage space if you get your furniture crafting up or buy chests from players. I think I've heard that. It's also a teleport point. However, there's also property taxes in order to use it. I don't know if I want to play the game often enough for me to want to get a house. I don't know. I'm not going to say whether or not overall.
You don't lose it, and it's an extra point.
I probably will get one at some point. That item I made is for a billboard quest, which I'm going to just turn in. Normally I try to hit up the different crafting stations just to do the bare minimums of anything that I have. Where is the... There it is, the loom. I always have problems with where it's located. Like, where's the fucking loom? Well, here's leather. I don't really need to do leather, though. I kind of want to keep the leather as it is until I need it, because there's lots of town quests that come up that say, hey, give us coarse leather. And I'm like, okie dokie. Something changed. This one changed. It's a tier 3. Here. 29. 29 linen. Weaving's at 31. Housing key, use storage space. Property tax is going to be around 500, 800 gold for a small BDB house to do once a week. That's not that bad. Considering I have 2,850 and I've only been playing this since yesterday. I mean, I've played longer, but that's because I got rid of the one character. I can't even make a strong. So, weak potion, as you can see. I can make a ton of weak health potions. A ton of them. Common potions require these. But yeah. Anyways, we're going to send you guys off because we have things that we are doing tonight. Isaac's giving me eyeballs. We have plans of things to do. I had fun. It was a nice, relaxing stream. I am doing Stream Raiders tomorrow. Come on by, take part in Stream Raiders. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be playing with it. It's not going to be New World. It is not likely going to be Guild Wars 2 either. I'm probably going to be picking up Lego Lord of the Rings again at some point, but there will be something else involved. Why don't we say hi to Luna Arcana? She's playing Bayonetta. Have a wonderful time. Thank you for being here, and hopefully we'll see you again. Goodbye.